I think that rollback is important, one, because it feels better at no cost to anyone. Like it's literally just there's no situation in which delay-based netcode is better than rollback. It's just a fact and how it's designed. So when it comes to like a choice, you want rollback over delay-based netcode. So that's first. The other thing is that it will be good when it comes to if you are a person that wants to have a creative, competitive scene. Having a better netcode is better because it allows more people to play each other. It allows people, more people to be able to connect with people from further distances, and it's essential right now, especially after COVID and whatnot. Like it's a must.
You were talking to me earlier and mentioning that there's no excuse for it because there's a free. You can get it for
Yeah,
free, right?
like the structure of how rollback works, like GGPO is online for free. So like if CC2 wanted to see how it works, they could just leverage that. But even if they don't know how to do it, like that's if they don't know how to do it. But I'm positive that people in CC2 know what it is.
So you're
Them deciding
basically
not to
telling
put
me that there's a free resource with an actual rollback netcode that anyone can implement in their game or see how it works if they wanted to design their own, so there's no
one
excuse for it.
one thing I will say, there's no excuse for not knowing how it works. What I will say is that you can't just slap it into an older game and then boom. Like it takes work. Like you have to design a game with rollback in mind. But that's why you should let them know now while they're making the game that hey, we're not asking for them to go back and put rollback in Storm 3 or Storm 4 because that's hard. You can't go back into an older game. But while you're building the game, you build it with rollback intended. You know what I mean?
Ah, I
That's
see,
why
I
it's
see.
important to get the word out now. Like yes, you can go back and add rollback to older games, but that's way harder, and I don't expect them to be able to do that. But
And
if you're designing a game right now, like at this moment, for a game to come out in the future, and you're not putting rollback in it, you're being lazy, or you
yeah,
don't care.
all right, that makes perfect sense. And have they gone back and put rollback into older games like King of Fighter
Yeah,
or something like that? Is that something
yeah.
that people have done?
So they actually went back and added. There has been a whole slew of games. So now that people are in fighting game communities, is like learning about what rollback is. They've been going back and implementing it into like some of their favorite older games. One of them is like King of Fighters 2002. So a game from 2002 just literally got rollback intended. People went back to play it.
Wow, so 20-year-old game.
That got it, as well as Persona 4 Arena Ultimates is getting rollback soon.
What companies are the companies that are implementing that rollback to the older games?
ArcSys and Capcom,
Okay.
those are the main ones. And you know, when it comes down to it, if you want to be a fighting game that's taken seriously at this day and age, you need it. And if you want your game to be validated, or you want your game to be seen as like no less than other like fighting games and not a party game, it needs to have it. And you should be
That's
fighting for
actually
that.
a really good distinction, and not a party game.
You need to have solid netcode to fight. Like it's a fighting game. You should have solid netcode to fight.
So
If you don't agree,
if a fighting game wants to be taken seriously competitive, it is almost a requirement, if not a requirement, that it has rollback netcode.
yes.
Otherwise, that's not otherwise the developers are telling us that's not the intent of those games.
Yes. And also, if you as a consumer that wants to play these games well, you should want rollback in your game. There's literally no downside to it. There's no downside but a better gaming experience.